Ah. Ah. Board games, board games. I might be talking about board games, but I'm not gonna shout. Today I'm going to try getting off and playing a couple of games guess I'm designing. One is a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies. This is one that's on Kickstarter. Go and back it, please. I'm going to check if the numbers seem all okay. And I guess I'll play a few times to see what's a good score and what is great. And then I'll play a new game that's made for the ELL deck. It's all about making 4-letter words. It's not too much of a trick. And here it's quite fast, so you won't be able to get involved. But here you'll get to join me, so it could be wonderful if you suggest some words. Board games, solo testing, it's what I'm talking about. Solo play testing today, I'm not gonna shout. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. And yes, it is 10 a.m.-ish. Time for Bezzy Beats and Board Game Bladder. I was laughing because I started this like it was 10:06 and I've not even gotten the overhead camera sorted yet, which I need to, like, every time I need to sort up my chairs and clear the table, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I need to still write the description, and it's like, yeah, I'm definitely not a professional when it comes to doing this stuff in a timely manner. But I am here, and we are going to be solo testing a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies, and also a new game. For a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies, I'm going to be checking, roughly what's a good number, and I'm going to check, should certain cards be worth 5? If you scored a combo, should it be worth 7? Does it matter? I'll try it at 7 and see if I feel it's too powerful, and if I feel, oh, that's a bit too easy, then I'll go back. Yeah, I mean, it's probably fine, and more 7s always is fun, so it might just be a case of recording a few scores so that down the line I'm like, yeah, that was an average score, that was a great score, that was a brilliant score. With my solo games, I like to have like if you look at Couple on Board Game Arena, that's actually probably a good showing off of how I like scores to go for my games. So it doesn't quite work here. Where's it gone? Where's my... Oh no, I can't see my thing anymore. Here's the StreamYard. Sorry, I don't know, I'm just a bit tired and easily confused today. You'll have to bear with me. I hope you're well. Yeah, how are you? Generally, are you doing well? I hope you are. Anyway, so as I was saying, Couple, if you look on the screen here, we've got successful victory, which is meant to be like in the rules, it was a bare success, good, great, brilliant, and then originally this was a perfect couple. So actually I'm going to show you, if I get rid of that for just a moment. And hello to me, it is lovely to see you. I hope that you're generally doing well, and yeah, if not, it's okay to not be okay. But I do hope that you are okay. So yeah, if we bring this, so 4 to 6, success. That's like it. It's just success. It's not a successful victory. It's just success, a bare success, and that's meant to be like, yeah, you did it, and keep doing better. And honestly, this was meant to be the lowest possible score that you can get and even finish the game. 7 or 8, okay, that's good. You didn't just finish the game, you actually did something. And then 9 to 10, okay, that's pretty good. And 11 to 12, wow, this is now something really worth celebrating, potentially even telling your friends, wow, I managed to score 11, managed to score 12. Like, and then 13, this is just like legendary. You are a perfect couple, to the point where I think that there's been maybe 5 games out of 1,000. So like you are in the top 0.5% like of games played. Like, you deserve to celebrate this. Tell me about it. And it even says email me or tweet a picture or share a picture or post a thing on Instagram. Like, basically, this is like, wow, you've really done well. And no one ever, I think one person might have told me that they got a perfect couple score once. But on Board Game Arena, I can see this. Anyway, the point is that if I am making a solo mode for a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies, I want to make sure that I know roughly what is, okay, that can be considered a bare success. Like, but in a game where potentially you could score 0 and still, is that a win? Like, what is a bare success? And that's, yeah, very, I mean, here it was basically 4 is the minimum, 18 is the hypothetical maximum, and 13 is the best that I can imagine people actually getting through normal play, although people managed to score a couple more points than that. But yes, that's what I'm doing today, and I hope you're well. Anyway, let's crack on and talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. What have you been up to? Yesterday I did a lot of playtesting, so let's have a quick look at that. I started off personally having Mandela from right to left. Mandela, Colin, and Will. Will, even though they are not looking the most excited, I think this was the last mode, so this was right at the end, and they were all still saying, oh, I would definitely play that again. So it seemed to work well. This is Ellie and Alan, who are hamming it up a wee bit more for the camera, playing an intense game, which, rather than playing many times over the course of an hour and a half, was played like half the time. And my game, I took lots of pictures of the different scores. The scores ranged from 9 was the worst score, 32 was the best score, the median was, I think, 21. And I was winning the majority of games, so it feels like an intimate understanding of the cards does help you, but other people are definitely able to compete. Then round 3, we had Will with their party game, trying it out, and Ellie with, this is a touchy-feely game, which I'm really keen to try sometime. And this is Sam's game. We were just getting set up. This was a quick LARP. LARP, for those who don't know, live action role-playing. We were role-playing about, we were people in a sort of conference about toilets. The whole game was about the subject of toilets. So one person was play acting as a representative from the British Toilets Association, which is, I think, a fictional device so that we can all be in this meeting talking about toilets. And then the idea is that people have different characters, and the different characters have different relationships with toilets, maybe are fearful, and all of the characters were based on real people that Sam had interviewed and summarized them into a couple of sentences. And right at the end, with Sam on the right and Colin on the left, I playtested Colin's new Roll and Write game, which is kind of a simplification of, it's not like Yahtzee, I wouldn't say. It's a similar genre, but it's a lot simpler. I would say that it would be fine for, and this was something aimed at 6-year-olds. And yeah, even though it wasn't for me, once that was made clear, okay, this is the target audience, was okay, from that perspective, yeah, it's really, really hard for me to say whether this is a good game for them or not, just because I would play it with a young child to have the enjoyment of spending time with the child in the same way that I would play Snakes and Ladders with a young child. But is it a good game? I think for that, you would need to play it with more young children. And I think that's a really interesting, like HABA have basically preschools where apparently they just bring prototypes in front of the kids and see how they play with them. And sometimes they don't even give the rules. And sometimes with older children, they might say, okay, let's actually tell you the rules and see if they're fun. And so they've got willing playtesters already. And this is a really interesting thing where they are able to do their focus testing. Alan on the right, Will on the left, playing and discussing Alan's base game. And this is the Jane Austen themed game. It's themed around different novels of Jane Austen, and there's Ellie Dix, the co-designer. And that was just a lovely day. I love Fridays. If I've not said it before, Fridays are pretty much my favorite day of the week when I'm in London, because I love playtesting. I'm comfortable there. I know all the people. I know that I'm not going to get, well, if there's a new person, like, there's always the potential for some aggro or some altercation, but like, yeah, we've had like one bad experience in the past since we reopened for after lockdown. So I've been there almost a year and we've had one bad experience. And anything for Selenos? Thank you for joining. I'm sorry I can't quite remember your screen name, but thank you so much for joining in. I was just finishing off talking about all the new games that I played yesterday, and it was just such a joyful thing. And I just really enjoy being with all these people and playtesting. Have you done any playtesting? Have you, what do you have a favorite day of the week? For me, as I was saying, I love Fridays because I get the excitement and surprise of, I don't quite know which games people will be bringing, but it's also the comfort. Whereas when I go dancing, I really enjoy dancing, but I am aware that sadly there is at least one transphobic person there, and I need to negotiate that space with them, and it's not entirely comfortable for me to do so. Whereas frankly, as a co-organizer at Playtest UK, yes, I am in a position of power, and I know that between myself and Ellie and David Brain, we would not tolerate transphobia or other forms of bigotry or jerkish attitudes. Whereas when you're going into space moderated by someone else, there's always is today going to be the day when, am I going to be, told to get off and told that this isn't a space for me and all that? But, anyway, Friday. brilliant day of the week. And if you're in London, come over and playtest. I encourage it. And yeah, generally reach out. I love playing games with nice people. Other than that, let's talk about brilliant thing. Brilliant thing was a little thing which is brilliant. I'm sure I've talked about iteration before, but I'm going to talk about iteration again. So I love iteration because you can't expect to jump from 0 to 100. You can't expect your first draft to be perfect. You can't even expect your first draft to be necessarily good, let alone great. And perfection is just right out. I mean, perfection, I don't think is something that I even aspire to get to eventually in my lifetime. Perfection is obviously in the eye of the beholder. It's like probably given the, coastal paradox, it is kind of impossible. And yeah, but when we think about, okay, is this a great game? Your first attempt, it's never going to be great. But then hopefully you see something that's okay, that works. I think about it, I ponder it, I make it better. And then hopefully after a couple of times, it's good. And then at a certain point, it's good enough to share. And again, this is what the Bezier bargain bags allow me to do. Like I printed 50 copies of this. It's out there. I'm very proud of it. People were enjoying it. But it could be even better. And by iterating, we can continually improve things. Now, iteration is a big part of game design, playtesting, playing, thinking, consideration, changing. And that sort of iteration, it's the doing it, considering it, then maybe considering how that went, considering what changes could work, considering those potential changes, implementing the changes, then repeating the cycle. I would argue that outside of games, we should possibly be iterating more. Let's iterate more on the laws of the land. Let's iterate more on, deals and things. Like things get so stagnant because of the bureaucracy and everything. I mean, we should really be looking at everything with a kind of lens of why are we doing this thing? Not just because it is working well, but yeah, iteration, whether it's for your life, for your own personal actions, or for governments. Yeah, hope that makes sense. What do you think is a brilliant thing? And as always, feel free to comment, ask questions, and fun like follow. And now I am going to get my second camera ready for the playing of stuff. So, yeah, as I said earlier, I'm interested to know have you done any playtesting? Have you played any? What was the last unpublished game that you played? Whether it's something that you made yourself, whether it's something that you tried of someone else. Do you enjoy the process of playtesting? Do you enjoy, if you do, what do you enjoy about it? I am genuinely curious. Let me move that, and I'm going to just a moment. So, yeah, there's always the question of when you're testing. I think one important question to ask is, what am I testing here? Like, am I testing the usability? Am I testing the enjoyment factor? Am I testing the viability of a single card? Sorry, just excuse me for one very quick second. Am I testing the potential scores that people will get? Am I testing... yeah, you've got... everything has to be done with a purpose. And I think that whether it's in game design or whether it's in life, I think that that's a nice thing to ponder. Like, just what are you doing and why? Oops. Because it's not just about doing the thing. And what is success? Success is always relative. Success is basically, I wanted to do the thing, and then the thing happened. So if my oh no, is this actually broken? I think, oh no, this overhead camera might actually, okay, I think, whoops. Yeah, there is a split. I sadly did sort of crack it a wee bit ago. Let's... if this phone runs out of power, then I'm just going to have to stop at that point. Hopefully... okay, it feels like it's a bit too high, but this is probably... can I get it to... let's see if I can get it to stick here. Come on, stick. Stick, damn you. Oh no. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's got to do. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. I'll just leave that, and you can see that, yes, I've got some mess in this little corner. So, this is a game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies. Hopefully you will be able to... no, the lighting is not great, but can you even tell what these cards are? I'm not sure you can. I can't see them properly on my screen. This is a gardener who gives you points if you've got 3 nature cards. This is an ovivore who gives you a point per egg. Marie Kondo, sacrifice all items except for 1 before scoring. A lovely date gives you points if you've got exactly 2 creatures. Now, a lovely date and gardener are actually 2 of the cards that I'm looking at, and I'm trying to decide what points they should have. So currently, I've got them on 5 points, but the question is whether 7 points would be reasonable. Is 7 points too much of a bonus? Is that too much of a windfall? Or would that actually be just enough to make it a bit more exciting? To be like, yeah, I got the 7 points. Because 24 points can be a winning score. So out of 7 cards, if you've got 4 points per card, you're definitely going to win. If you've got 3 points per card, you're probably not going to win. And the thing is, like, gardener, it kind of it obligates you to do 3 specific things, and it is really good situationally, but that's the thing. I think the more cards that are good only situationally, the better the game will be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I tell you what, I will read out all the cards and I will give myself, rather than 3 minutes, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes and see how I do. And I'll put the timer visible for me on the side. Actually, just so you can see it briefly, I'm using the Google Calendar. Google timer. I just put in 3-minute timer and then found a thing. So yeah, as soon as the time starts, I'm going to look at these 7 cards, select 2 to keep, 1 in each of the hands. I'm building up 2 hands at the same time, taking out 1 card as quickly as I can to add to one of my hands. It's got to be specific to one of my hands, and remove 2 from that row or column, I should say. So if I want Schubert, I would either get rid of these 2 or these 2. And so it's a case of me thinking, okay, not only which ones I want, but which 2 do I not want? And if I work through the deck, I will have about 3 extra cards to go through that I have to clear and discard. So then I'm left with 7 cards that I score as usual. So continuing so Schubert gives me 2 points per instrument. Tiny trumpet is an instrument, obviously, with musical notes and eggs. Cake has a couple of cakes and wine glass, flask. Although I'm going to make that into a fork, and an egg. Collector has lots of pictures on it and also gives 2 points per item. Aurora Borealis gives 2 points per eye. Aurora Borealis is really powerful if you've got a lot of creatures. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's go. Okay, Bessie Basher, sacrifice all items. Hills that are alive, music. Raining Cats, that works well with nature. That could work with the gardener. Band leader, scores for music. That could work there. Singing tree. I'm going to sacrifice 5 of these. So I don't. Oh, Sensational Sam is actually really good. I'm going to go with Sensational Sam on one side and Raining Cats on the other. So I'm going to definitely take the gardener because, and I will get rid of, oh my gosh, these 2. Let's do that. 7 Fancy Shoes wants lots of feet, but no more than 7. Keyboard is an instrument. 2 O'Clock Party wants cakes, party hats, and music. Okay, I've already got to party hat. And Collector, no, Collector doesn't want to go here because Collector wants items. Let's go for the Marie Kondo. Yeah, let's go for Marie Kondo. What happens to, yeah, I want to grab this one in a moment. Marie Kondo gives me 3 points, but I've got to get rid of all my items except for 1. Okay, I'm getting lots of, I should have kept the Bessie Basher. That's already discarded. Oh, damn. Oh, well. Okay, could I actually get enough? If I get Schubert, that would give me maybe the start of a party. That might be nice. And I am going to take the 2 O'Clock Party, and I've already got my 2 party hats. I've already got my 2 musical notes. I just need 1 more cake, and I will have a 2 O'Clock Party, which gives me 10 points, which is a big windfall. It does require, okay, I could go for the Collector. Again, that doesn't give me anything, but if I got the Ovivore, or have I already discarded the Ovivore? Yeah, I've already discarded the Ovivore. So if I got Hungry Horse, then that would be 2 points for that. So that might be actually a good thing. I need some plants here. Let's get the Collector there. That gives me the cake. Okay, so I'm doing well in this hand. And what's my time? I am at 2.5 minutes. Oh my gosh. So Haberdasher gives me points for that. and 6 points. Yeah, haberdasher seems good. Let's get the haberdasher there. Come on, give me some nature. Let's get Aurora Borealis here, because I've got so many eyes there. Okay, I really need to get some things on here. Maybe a small volcano. Okay, elementary. That gives me points for... Oh no, I need to get rid of the blank canvas if I do that. Let's... yeah, oh my gosh. Let's do that anyway. Oh no, let's get the blank canvas first. Get rid of those two. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get the elementary, boom, 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 because that's a tree, and let's get the chemistry. Oh, that means that I've got to get rid of the two-legged trousers. How am I doing for time? I have 1 minute 17. Oh my gosh. Oh, Hungry Horace, that's brilliant. Let's get Hungry Horace. Oh no, shoe tree. Mice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know which one's better. Let's get the shoe tree. And yeah, let's get rid of these two. I don't know. I need a arts thing. Oh my gosh. How many wine glasses do I have here? I've only got 2 wine glasses. 4 points isn't great. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, take the small volcano. Then I get rid of blank canvas, because blank canvas is currently useless to me. And that's the end of the game. And I had 17 seconds left. Whew, that was tense. Yeah, so that is the end of the game. So yes, I was narrating for you, obviously, but yeah, that timer felt about right, given that I was doing it on stream and narrating through my things. I think that normally 3 minutes is correct. I think that streaming just adds about 67% to the time of whatever I do. And morning, Josie. I hope that you're generally well. Now I'm going to count my score, and what happens is that I've decided that my score is the lower of my 2 things. So we'll see how I get on. So let's see. Can I actually swing this slightly that way? And I'll have a quick drink. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've only got 7 things here. Oh, because I didn't shuffle back into 5. Yes, I should have shuffled back into 5. That's... Oh, yes. I forgot about that. I think that, yes, selecting your first 2 should probably be untimed. So this is the first time that I did it during the timing. But if you shuffle that back in, then you do get 3 extra cards. But yeah, this feels like it was definitely on hard mode. Anyway, so do I have to sacrifice anything? Yes, I have to sacrifice. Well, here I have to sacrifice all items, and I don't have any. Except for 1, and I don't have any, so it's all good. Here, the small volcano, I need to sacrifice 1 thing, and I will sacrifice the blank canvas, because that's not getting me anything. So how much do I get here? Gardener. If you've got free nature, you get 7 points. We decided that it's 7 despite what it says. I did say at the start. So I do have 5 nature. I've gone like all out into nature. So I've got 7 points. Every plant is worth 3 points. So 1, 2, 3, that gives me 9. Let me take a bit of paper to record this. And that's 7 plus 9 plus 5. That's 16, 21. That's a decent score. It's not the best. Yeah. Oh, and each 2 feet is 1 point. Bonus, 22. That makes me feel marginally better. Yeah, 21, 22, that feels like the cusp between, I feel like 22 should probably be great and 21 should probably be good. That feels like a cutoff to me. Just based on what we were getting in the multiplayer games. So let me double check I counted that top right. 5 plus 9, no, 7 plus 9 is 16, 17 plus 5 is 22. Now let's look at the other hand. I don't have 7 items, 3 points for Marie Kondo, no instruments for Schubert, no items for the collector. Oh my gosh, this looks terrible. So 3 points so far, but I do get 2 points per party hat. 2, 4, 6, plus 3 is 9. I do have a brilliant 2 o'clock party. So 2 party hats, 2 musical notes, and 2 cakes. And collector is just amazing for this one. That's 10 points. So that's 6, 9, 19. And this is going to be more than 22. Every 2 points, every 2 eyes is 1 point. So 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 9 points. Oh my gosh. 19 plus 9 is 28. So this hand had a really good score, 28 points. That's brilliant. 22 is still pretty good. And I'm still not sure of how the final scoring goes, but I'm thinking it should just be whichever hand has the lowest score, so there's a desire to sort of balance. Does that make sense? And yeah, tell me how that feels to you. So I think that Gardiner on 7 points, as well as the date on 7 points, and there was one other that I decided should be 7 points rather than 5. And it's, 7 is a good number. It's kind of keeps all the 7s in the game, and it feels more exciting than 5. It feels like, whoa, that's a good chunk of points. So, oh no, I never took a photo. Oh yeah, I don't even have my phone to take a photo with. So yeah, let's go again. What do you think? Will I do better or worse than my last time? Feel free to cast your bets now. So let's put up the starting 9, and this time I'll play again with the 5-minute time limit, because I did have 16 seconds left at the end, but at the same time, it wasn't much, and I definitely had to push myself. Do you know what I mean? So I'll test it a few times when I'm not streaming. So let's look. And Josie says 7 is on theme. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if this game has a theme, like it's some weird stories about creatures. Now, yeah, I've got like the 7 notes keyboard, and if you look carefully at the 7, let me actually show the 7 notes keyboard a bit closer. If you can see that, it's a very, very small keyboard. I don't think such a keyboard would be the best keyboard. There is also a guitar which instead of 6 strings has 7. Okay, so we've got the 7 notes keyboard which has some musical notes, and a wine glass, and is an instrument. The Ovivore has, a good, and Josie says, I should be doing better than anyone else as I know all the cards. That's true. I did lose one of the games that I played yesterday, but I won basically all the others. Yeah, and I didn't play all the games so knowing the cards is a big advantage, but there is also a good amount of luck, not gonna lie. Okay, anyway, Ovivore. Again, I know that Hungry Horace has 4 eggs. I know that the if I'm going all out, like there is an egg strategy. I know that Mysterious Eggs has 4 eggs, and I've got Empty Nest in my hand, and I'm straight away thinking, oh, I could go for the Ovivore, Hungry Horse, Empty Nest. And that could be what I'm going for. But then I've got this kind of discarding to compete with. So it's not a simple matter. 2 o'clock parties, always good times. This is the only card in the game, I think, that gives you 10 points straight up. Like, 7 wouldn't be enough, but you do have to get 2 cakes and 2 party hats and 2 musical notes. So it's not too difficult. Like, I have added quite a few more musical notes. You might not be able to tell, but like with the tiny trumpet, one of those musical notes is printed on the card. One of them is just hand drawn, and you can probably definitely tell with the eggs which one is. And hello, Xate. It is lovely to see you. I hope you are generally well. I'm testing this game and seeing how it goes and seeing what's a good, great, whatever score is. Okay, here's the Robot Revolution. This is the one card that, I feel needs to be improved, but I'm not going to improve the actual card. I'm going to improve the possibility for cards around it, if you know what I mean. The only way to get a really good score for this currently is like a winning score is to go heavy into your nature, because you have to sacrifice all the creatures before scoring. But yeah, I have been thinking about adding one more card, like Walls Have Ears, something like that, where the walls give you points for like more ways to score points without having creatures, which, yeah, there is a slight shortage of currently if you don't go into the nature. Bessie Basher, sacrifice all items before scoring. I mean, that seems meh. Like 5 points isn't that great, but in the right hand, that can be like, wow, that's just brilliant. And it gives you a party hat and hands if you've got light work. Fashionista, a good number of hands, monocle each item clothes is 2 points. And Tiny Trumpet, Hills That Are Alive now have a lot of music, very fancy shirts, a creature with 2 arms. Empty Nest wants 5 eggs, 7 Fancy Gloves wants hands, a lovely date. Now that's got like 2 little wine glasses, 2 cakes. The cake, which has, that flask is going to be changed into a fork, just for the record. Lots of cake, also comes with wine glasses. I'm thinking I might have maybe 1 more cake and 1 less wine. Not sure. Sheet Music wants a creature and an instrument to score 5 points. I know that's not 7, but that is a much easier one to do because almost every hand has a creature in it, and then the band leader just wants music. Simi says, I remain awoken. Yeah, I mean, for some people that might not mean much, but when you're living in Nova Scotia, I hope you manage to get to bed soon, and I hope you do actually have a good sleep at some point, you eternally awoken one. Sate says, I'm alive, so that's good. Yeah, many hugs, and yeah, I'm sorry that you're not doing better. I hope that, I hope that you're able to do something today that you find some joy in. Okay, back to my initial pick of 2 cards. Band leader, oh yeah, I've already looked for all of these. Okay, which ones do you think I should go for? I am really tempted to go for the egg strategy. Let's go for some eggs here. And Sate had a slight medical emergency Thursday and is on bed rest. Oh no. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you're able to entertain yourself with like streams and stuff, and I'm glad that you're virtually here. I mean, I guess you're, thank goodness for the modern digital age, like with Board Game Arena. And yeah, are you able to? Have you had to continue working? I mean, yeah, that sounds really harsh. Many hugs. Um, yeah, I am continuing to look at this. I am considering the sheet music or the band's leader. The band's leader, just because there's so much going on, or the sheet. Yeah, let's go with the band's leader. I've not played with the band's leader for a while. So that's the 2-player setup, and now I needed to take off work because I'm not allowed any stress for at least a week, says Xate. Oh wow. So I assume, yeah, I guess it's all relative, like what stress is. So I guess for you, playing Teotihuacan is not stressful, it's relaxing. But yeah, are you still able to play on Board Game Arena? But yeah, many hugs. So let's go for the second attempt. Let's see how I get on. Let's pop this on, and 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Okay. I was going to get some eggs. Yes, let's take this one. Oh no, that means that I don't get the keyboard. Let's start off with the keyboard here. And because the order really matters. Okay, let's get the eggs here now. Oh, light work. Maybe I take the tiny trumpet just because it has 2 eggs. That's 2 points. Although then I'm separating maybe I want that. Let's take that for the band's leader. That's 2 points here. That seems good. And maybe the collector, yeah. I'll get points for the collector later on. Okay. Monocle maker, 7 fancy gloves, and right-hand guitar. Oh, I've got another instrument. If I still got the musician, the Schubert to come, yep. So I could collect some more. I've got 3 instruments here. That's exciting. So with my 3 instruments, if I do get Schubert, mysterious eggs. If I take this card, then I've instantly got my 5 eggs straight away. Oh no, I don't. I'm still missing 1 egg, but I'm 4/5 of the way there. But I do like the sound of Hills That Are Alive with the sound of music, and that would give me 3 points. But I don't know which one's more. Which ones I need to balance more. I'm not sure. Let's go with. Do I take this one and then get rid of these 2? Maybe that's the way to play it. Yes. Let's get. Oh yeah, let's get rid of these 2 and take the eggs here. Okay. Cool, and then the Hills That Are Alive with the sound of music. Hills That Are Alive. Okay. I don't want anything from here. We've got watercolor pencils, spray paint, and Sensational Sam. Now, Sensational Sam has 7 of everything, and yeah, I really need that. I want the collector and the musician here. I'm basically relying on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've basically done here, and now what I want here is the Winding River still in the deck. Yeah, because I could go after some wine glasses. Yeah, I could go some wine glasses. Okay, let's get rid of these and go start gathering some wine glasses. Why not? Yeah, these aren't great. I don't want the Hermit. Nope. Yeah, I don't like any of these. This is not good. And that means that the cards I really want, that I'm relying on, might come out at the same time, and I can't grab both of them. Oh no, how much time is left? Oh no, it's only 2 minutes. Oh no, I need to stop dilly-dallying. Oh my gosh. Let's just take the Singing Tree. And oh no, let's get rid of these 2. And then let's put the Volcano to the right. Oh, Hungry Horse, that's exactly what I wanted. Hungry Horse goes there. Get rid of them. Hungry Horse has lots of eggs, and I do have exactly 2 creatures here, so I could have the mysterious date. Let's go with a mysterious date. Yes, let's have a lovely date, because I've got exactly 2 creatures. Now on this side, I need a Schubert. I've got Material Girl, which gives me points for my items, and how much time? 1 minute to 11. I've got time, okay. Schubert, that's the card that I really want. Each item instrument. Okay, so get rid of the Hermit and the watercolor paints, and I'm feeling good about everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more card on that side. Okay, do I get the Collector here? Or, yeah, I could add a Collector here. That would be a nice thing just in case. I'll work it out afterwards when I'm scoring what is actually better. And now my final pick, and there's 1 card left over, and I've got loads of time. I've got like 30 seconds to make my final pick. Okay, I need to pick something for this hand. I could go for the Volcano, but then I've got to sacrifice 1. Oh, the Winding River. That would give me 1, 2, 3, 6 points. That's a lot for that card. I'm clearly going to go for the Winding River. Phew. And 10 almost 11 seconds to go. Wow. Yeah, that was, I'm just going to reset that. So, phew. Yeah, again, 5 minutes. And Xate says, yeah, I can play games. Maybe not Hamnabi, that's a stressful game. But Teotihuacan is light-heart. Yeah. Okay. So I can't discard anything. These are the 7 final cards here. So let's just count up the points. Empty Nest, I have 5 eggs. Gives me 7 points. Each egg is also a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 7 gives me 16. Each cake is a point. 17, 18, 19. I do have exactly 2 creatures for 7 points, we said. 19 plus 7 is 26. Oh my gosh, this could be a high score. 26 plus 3 wine glasses for 6 points is 32. That is a joint high score. I'm very chuffed with that. 32. But remember, it's only about your lower score. So I've scored 32 points here. I'm really happy with that. Have I done... Okay, so I've got 9 cards. So yeah, you end up the 1-player game with 2 cards that you can discard. So let's see. Which ones do I discard? I'm tempted to say it's going to be the... like that. Because this way, I've got 3 item instruments. Material Girl and Collector both give me points per items, and Schubert's gives me points per instrument, so that would make these worth 6 points each, or 18, and then this would give me 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Wow. 2, 4, 6, 8, 26. Can I make that even better? No, I'm fairly sure I can't. These are giving me 3 points each. I'm actually wondering whether the Hills That Are Alive should actually have 4 musical notes on it. I mean, I still wouldn't use it because any of that card's giving me 6 points. Yeah, each of these cards is... yeah. If I change any one of them, it doesn't... yeah. But even though I'm not going to use that, I'm going to set that aside and put 1 more musical note there. But just because it's the sound of music, come on. But yeah, I'm really excited by that. That's a new high score, 26 points. And so I'm going to call that brilliant, but just because I felt that was brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to... And honestly, I think that, yeah, 22 feels great. I'm going to arbitrarily call 26 brilliant. And 20 and 30 can be sensational. And I'm not sure what good or a bear pass is, but I probably need to get some random people to do it. Sate says, that's so much maths. Yeah, it is a lot more maths than my normal things. But it's still a lot less maths than Fantasy Realms. But yeah, it's mostly adding up in sevens or just counting up the symbols on the card. So you get to do it one at a time. Oh, I meant to keep the hills out of the deck. So let's move on to the other thing that I wanted to try out. This is a new ELL deck game. I made it up on Monday, and I was kind of, what was I playing that day? I played Mickle, which I still enjoy. I played Placeable, which was working fine, and if you're not really into pirates, yes, let me know what you would like me to draw. And yeah, also I think that I was going to originally draw it in the style of the In a Bind pictures, but I think that was a bad idea to set for myself. If you're happy with me just doing it, however, and I need to redraw you in some format, maybe a more simplified, like more like the In a Bind Junior or more like how I draw things these days. But yes, send me a reference picture, and anyway, so please send me a reference picture, or whether you'd like me to draw you or whatever. I like the style of the quirky cartoon character monsters you're doing now. Do you mean the wee whimsical creatures or the cute comical creatures? Because one of them's black and white and a bit more creepy, and one of them's a bit more cute. But can I get to play a contrabass? I don't know what contrabass is. I don't know what a contrabass is. But yeah, sure. If you want me, you know what, just tell me what you would like me to draw, and I will draw it for you, because Lord knows that I owe you enough, and you deserve something. Oh, you mean like a double bass, like a That's my terrible impression of a double bass, but yes. So yeah, if you've got, send me a description or something, and you know what, I will. Yeah, would you prefer me to draw it on stream so you can critique me, or would you prefer me to do it off stream? Kind of seeing, you're kind of seeing a guy in a band. Do you basically want a creature, or do you want something based on this guy or based on you? Yeah, let me know what you'd like, and I will do whatever. Anyway, let me get into this game, which needs a name. Probably something to do with, well, it needs to end in ELL, obviously, and something to do with fours, maybe, or finishing words. So in this game, you start off with 4 cards. And I'm going to make 4 4-letter words going left to right. And then once I've done that, I'll clear all the cards. Well, I'll clear 9 of the cards, and then use these 4 cards to make 4 4-letter words going top to bottom. And then I'll clear these ones and finish off making 4-letter words going left to right. 12 words is like an absolute victory. I've played it kind of 3.5 times. I mean, I played it a couple of times where the rules were changing as I was going, but the best I've managed to do is 11 words, so we'll see how I get on. And Timmy says, it was cold when I went home today. It was only 12 degrees centigrade. I mean, that feels relatively warm for, Nova Scotia. Gosh, I don't envy your winters. So, this game. Flip a card, and I am allowed to place it anywhere that's adjacent to a card that already exists. So, and when I make the 4-letter words, it needs to be reading those 4 cards in that order, using exactly 1 letter from each card. Normal rules. FL. I don't know how I would pronounce that. And yeah, I know what you mean about the 4-letter words, but oft, doom, door, done, cone, come. If I'm not sure whether to put it on which row, like the middle rows are better, because then if I go here, then I can go there or there. But if I'm here, then it only gives me the, because being able to place adjacent to any previous card, or I can place on top of a card, but ideally I don't want to do that. Offer? No, I can't think of any words beginning OF that's are 4 letters. Some CO is basically what I'm looking. Oh, core. Amazing. So I just need an E, which is very frequent. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's a great one for the second letter anyway. Orca. Orca could be a word. Yeah, cork isn't. Yeah, I'm trying. Does. Dust is a word. Dust. Yeah, I'll put it there and see how I get on. Chord. Boom. So I've sorted out one of my 4-letter words. And use both letter. No, it's only one. So here I've got chord, C-O-R-D. So you can use either of the letters on the cards. Regular L deck rules are that you use exactly 1 letter from each card. So even though not every game uses that same rule, that's typically the main assumption. Dosh. Dosh could be a word. Toss. They. But if I use they, then I'm relying on a Y, and there's only 2 Ys. I'm not going to do that. Dash or dosh. So I'm going to, because we've still not seen any A's, so I'm going to go with that. Just after I've talked about how there's a shortage in Y's. I'll put that there, just because E is a fine thing to end a word with as well. More. Moz. Yep, this feels like a good option. Hide or hike or hire could all work. So HIs, or indeed tire. Time could work, but I think I've got fewer things that could go in here. So I'm using this for dash. So I've got 2 out. I'm halfway through the first level. Mourn. Tiny. Tiny. Oh my gosh, this one's going really well. And if I get an O, mire, I don't think mire's a word. Ryle, is mire a word? Let me quickly double check Collins. Now, there is always a question of how much can you be looking upwards before it just becomes cheating. And I like to say, if you're not sure, look up one word a turn. That feels up to one word a turn, doesn't feel ridiculous. Like if you're actually doing that, then that's a bit much. But like if during one turn you're like, okay, I think that's a word, let me double check, then I think I would like to encourage people to try words that they're uncertain about. But if you're kind of continually checking out words, and hello Yoda, lovely to see you, says Myra is a word. Yeah, I worked stats out just at the same time. Thank you, Collins English Dictionaries, which says it's an unpleasant or difficult situation, or indeed dirt or mud. The mire of poverty and ignorance. So that means that I've done really well on level 1. I've got to my four-letter words: tiny, T-I-N-Y, cord, C-O-R-D, dash, D-A-S-H, and mire, M-I-R-E. And now I scoop all of them up, and now I am working top to bottom. So let's see. This might be a hard letter if I don't want to overlap it. So you are allowed to overlap things, but obviously if you overlap things, then that's kind of wasting a card. And I could have ions here. That's the only thing I can see. Ions. Let's stick with that because O is useful no matter what. He, T, ne. Let's go with that. Yep. Or, yeah, Yeti. That could be a Yeti or Ep. I can't think of anything beginning with EP. Yesh. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything except for Yeti, but there are enough T's and I's that this is going to be hopefully doable. Ions, okay. Hide or tide or time. Ions? Okay, we did say that. So I just need an S, and I'll have my first four-letter word. OU. Let's put it there. NO or NU, that start. None or how. Noun? Noun would actually work if I do get another N. Okay, I need to remember if there's a T or an I. I can't see Tiba. Okay, I can't see a good place for it, but by placing it here, that does mean that if I get another I can put the I here. So that allows me to work towards Yeti. Entire. That could be a word. Ions, yed, turd, herd, hern. Yeah, it is. And this still need. Oh, noun. Boom. Okay, so we've got our first four-letter word. Noun. N-O-U-N. Ions. Our second four-letter word. Yeti. We just need a T. I am bad. Boom. Okay, so are we going to get an E? Oh my gosh, tire. That is boom. I'm quite excited by that. Tire, T-I-R-E, ions, I-O-N-S, noun, N-O-U-N, and Yeti, Y-E-T-I. And I only had to play 2 extra cards. I've hardly had to play. I mean, could I even get more than 12 words at this point? So, yeah, I don't think so. But I can't see anything that starts with et, etch, etch, but that's literally the only thing I can think of. Item, ices. Let's go with that. And again, TD, it's not. I could go for ET because CH is still a thing, but no, I'm not seeing a lot that I can do here. I am considering it just putting it up here so that I can have more flexibility in positioning, but yeah. Let's go. How many M's have I actually used? Oh, there's 1 M left, so I'm going to leave it there just so that I can get the M. Ends. Oh. Ends. Yep, I know that doesn't help me at all. And this is where looking at cards to think how many Ds are left. There's 2 Ds left. How many S's are left? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 S's left. So ends is, oh no, there's 1 D. So ends is still something that could happen. Item, ends, how, rail, hail, haul, had, hard. No, I can't be using my D's because I'm putting my D here. Hey, hams. Yeah, I could go for iced. I was thinking item just because, but then I could go tame there. That is a good suggestion. It could also be icer or ices. Oh, this, I can't see a good space for this. Tail. Tail. You can't pluralize tail, can you? Just wondering how many cards I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in theory, I could actually go to the 13th thing, but Tau, Rao, how? No, inch. I can't see anything to do with it, so I'm just going to put it there because potentially I might put an O there or something. I don't know what will happen. Raj. No. I'm going for the D and then the S. I'm looking for that specific thing. Is that a terrible plan? Is there a better way for me to use this AJ than basically just throwing it away? Should I be allowed to? I mean, yeah, I could just throw it away by putting it in the one spot where I still need to put stuff, and I guess that gives me access to that spot. ICER, ICER. That could work, and that would give me my first four-letter word. ICER. Like something that ices things. Never used it in a sentence. Yeah, a person who ices, particularly cakes, according to Collins Dictionary. I just checked it. Oh, it could be hail. How many eyes do I have left? Or I could do or tail. Yeah, I could either have an E there or an I there. 1, 2, 3, 3 eyes, 4, 5. There's 1 eye left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's 1 E left. Okay, so it's a toss-up. I still don't have a good word planned, so this is definitely going to be ends. Don't let me forget the D and then the S here. But let's go with hail, and there's going to be the I here. So what will we have here? Unless I actually want to do times. Yeah, let's rats, rate. Yep, that works because now I've got an E here, an I here. So Rami, N. Can I use this hat? Is Hammy is RATT a word? I'm fairly sure it's not, but I'm going to Halo. Oh, I'm sorry, Josie. I'm playing a bit too quickly. I could have looked for the O's. I totally forgot to check for the O's. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, Halo would have been much better. Oh, you fought for here. Okay. I thought you were meaning for up there. But let me double check. HATT, is that a word? No, it's not. But hatted is a word. As in the verb to hat someone. I didn't know that hat is also a verb. Ah, interesting. It's only a verb mainly in America. Okay, in American English. But yeah, this is basically useless. I can't think of ints. Yeah, I can't think of any useful thing for the TM. I don't know if you can. Tatty, tattle, rat. Ham. Yeah, I'm going to just put it there. Okay, we did say S has to go here. Ends. Okay, we knew it was coming up. ENDS. Hata? Rata? Is rata a word? That feels like it could be a word. RATA? Pro rata. Okay. And Hano, I need an DI. I think there was hail, and in case there was the E right at the bottom. So I actually managed to complete that one. And I think that 12 should be like, okay, you've done it, you've finished. And that is the game. So hail, HAIL, ICER, ICER, rate or rage, ARAGE, or it could even be hate, HATE, and ends, ENDS. So that is the final thing. It feels to me like a nice evolution of Placeable, which is all about 3-letter words. Here, if you're like, yeah, I'm comfortable with 4-letter words, I don't want to push myself to bother making longer words like you have to do in Mickle, or indeed like couple or extendable, or struggling to remember the other, usable, or yeah. So David Brain did have a game all about 4-letter words, but David Brain's game was a lot trickier than this one. This feels more easygoing. Yeah, how did that feel like to look at it? Is that a game that you would like to play? Is it worth me writing up the rules for it? Would you actually play that yourself, do you think? And yeah, it's taken me quite a few games to be like, boom, I've managed to score the full 12. I mean, in theory, you could score even more. Like in theory, you only need 9 new cards. So like you start off with 4, and if everything comes out, perfectly, then obviously get your 16. Then everything comes out perfectly in Magical Christmas Land, and you get your 8. And then you get your 12. And so yeah, in theory, you could go up to 14 words, but that would rely on only using 2 things. And at that point, I think it's more about luck rather than skill. Am I hiding an AL? Asks. Not sure what you mean. There was an AL in the deck, wasn't there? Are you suggesting that this isn't a full deck? Huh. Well, there it is. Oh, am I hiding on AL? Ah, not an on. I wanted to arrest you. I think I'm missing. I'm sure this is some sort of really clever wordplay. Am I hiding on Al? Is that like I am sorry, I just don't get the reference. Josie says super hard level would be to create a grid that has words in both directions on the same grid. Yeah. Oh, Invisible. Okay. Yes, because it looks like the similar grid layout. I get it. So Yeah, that feels like a totally different game where the challenge is to make something that works in both directions. I mean, I guess maybe you would start off with, like, I wonder, like, could I even do it just let's shove that way, and my phone's probably going to run out of battery very soon. But yeah, if you kind of make a grid and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the top score is 8, that would be interesting. So then you've got to think about, you probably want vowels in the middle and consonants here, but then maybe you want a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, so maybe only. So I've got, although if you have free placement, then is it always going to come down to me basically working out ahead of time? Like, I could have orcs, that would actually work, or orbs. Huge. And the nice thing there is that under or rar DS seems quite good, and R seems like a good thing to have as the second thing. OV seems terrible. It's always going to be used as the O. Let's go with that, because it could be rods, it could be none. Oh, it already is none. Amazing. And then maybe if you get 8, it's how many cards are left at your score. Or this is like a game about or not a game about combinations of letters and trying to pronounce them. Or I'm sorry. Okay, so if I do go orcs, then that's going to be C, and then N doesn't work, so I'm inch. Yeah, I am putting my, and I already have rods. Hue, that doesn't work that way, but it could work. Leak. Maybe this isn't. This could be older. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Nonny, bore. We've got rods, none, on, hurt. Hurt. Actually, I just noticed I've got hurt, HURT, and but then I don't have anything this way with the T. It almost feels like, just to remind myself, I need to place some markers. And actually, if you were to place, like, just to remind myself that these are actually now words. Yeah, this is a hard one. Where should this go? What do you think? I've no idea. Listen, um, I am still thinking that maybe huge would give me grow or grok. Grok is a word. So if I actually change that into huge, then I could get grok. Let's discard it randomly. 100. And yeah, if I'm doing S here, huge, but then what starts YS or ES? Ish, S, X, exit. Bye, Josie. Have a lovely day. And yeah, if you want to play around with this idea, then yeah, go for it and submit it. Take ownership of it. It would not exist without you. So yeah, what are you up to today? And I hope you have a lovely one. I'm not going to lie, this is feeling incredibly brain burning. This is very intense and possibly a bit too intense for me, but because it's such a complex system of things. If I wasn't streaming, I might be like, sure, I'm going to do something else. Rio, SCR, need heat, but again, seed. You know what? I might just discard that randomly. Okay, so that is going to be orcs and seeds or something. Orbs. Hurl. Would that be better? No, I want the G. G would give me grok. Seal. Yes. Heal. Heal. Yeah, that gives me. That means that that's now a word. Orcs. Snot. Okay, so that one's a word now. SNO. If I get to T. Oh, but if I get to T, that's not going to be a. Unless there's a U. Draw. Oh. No, I need a G here. And this is what I was worried about for this game, that it would end up with me just planning, right? Or once I've played it once, it's like, okay, that's a thing that works. And now how do I make it work? And so there needs to be some way of getting cards out of the system, which this might actually work. If I am working towards getting 8 cards out, then at least there's some number of cards that are, unseen. So I can't rely on every card, but still, I could have seed. Would that actually make it easier this way? No. Draw. Nope. Ossid. Seam. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to work out a way to get that and that to. Now I want a G, so S. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm halfway there in theory. And born in snob, snowa, snooa. Yeah, this is where it feels like it could do snow, SNOW. Oh, Esser isn't a word, is it? Or Essel or road. If I go for an E here, that would still be a word. Grok. There we go. The word grok. I'm just going to check it's in the dictionary because the word grok means to intimately understand. To understand completely and intuitively. Yeah, so I've got orcs, none, grok, rods, snow, and heal. Now I need to get something that makes this and that work. Born, BORN. Anner, owner, Lear. Yeah, if I get another E, because now that's, oh yeah, I forgot to put that, but that's huge, HUGE. And if I get an E, then I'd have Lear. That's not a word, is it? I mean, it's not a word going up, but to place it, that would give me born back, but eder? Yeah, basically at this point I'm just hoping for an E. And out of curiosity, was there... So if I had that one, so it would definitely be possible. I mean, especially the 2 letters on each card makes it easier. But yeah, so that was Josie's game. Huge. Road. Snow. Heal. Orcs. None. Grok. And Lear. And yeah, that was okay. It felt like if there was a book full of, hey, here's some solo challenges, here's a bunch of puzzles, it's simple enough that it's maybe worth playing once, but I don't know. It felt like for most of the game I was just waiting for the right cards to arrive. Anyway, at this point, I'm going to wrap up. It's been quite a relatively long stream, although Saturday, Sunday seem to be my longer streams. It seems to be sort of a pattern. I don't mind being a little bit longer when I'm doing the solo playing or solo testing. So let's finish up with a question of the day. Question of the day. Here's a little question before we go on our way. What is the last solo game you played? So yeah, obviously the last solo game I played was one that doesn't have a name, which was inspired by Josie Finch. Before today, the last solo game I played was probably on the train on Thursday night. A solo game about selecting 7 cards, speedily searching for synergies. Yeah, I don't. And before that, it was probably the one that I played on stream. Yeah, I can't remember what the last one was, but Okora Quest, I think. Yeah. I don't. Or maybe Micro Macro. I did have a quick game of that, which I found harder than I was expecting. There's a lot of observation and searching in that one. It's not trivial. So yeah, what is the last solo game you played? Over to you. What are you up to? You can share button if you want to. Is there anything you want to share? I promise that I care. And whether it's something fun or and frivolous or super serious, let me know. And I am interested to know. I am personally going to be playing the new game by Matt Leacock and Matteo. I just realised that both their names start with Matt. I mean, it's entirely a coincidence, but this seems like the blossoming of a mega band. Like, are there other Matts in the board game world? Matteo Menapace and Matt Leacock. So I'm playing their new game today with a bunch of other people. It's a cooperative game, as you would expect from Matt Leacock. It's all about the environment and climate chaos and trying to improve the world. I'm going to have a quick look at an instructional video before I head over there in about an hour. I'm going to have a quick bite to eat. Also, have a quick look at some Magic the Gathering stuff. I'm going to go to a pre-release event tonight, which is quite close to my home, and it's in a place that I've never been to. I'm excited to see this new venue. It's not really a board gaming place. It seems to be a cinema place, although they show really old films, but good films like The Godfather and Back to the Future, kind of celebrating old cinema, which is interesting. So I'm curious to go in there and see what it's all about, and also try the new Magic sets. I've decided that I'm going to try all the Magic sets while I'm still in the UK. To recap and wrap up before we finish up, this worked well. I scored 22 on my first game, 26 on my second game today, and I've decided that 22, 26, 30 should be the scores, and maybe I'll just keep it going down by 4s, because then that would be, if 22 is great, then that would mean that 18 is good. That feels reasonable. And 14 is a bare pass, or bare success. 14 is like, you didn't really do well, but you were there. You get like a, not quite a wooden spoon suggests something bad, but you get a participation award. That's what bare success or success means in my solo modes. It's basically like, you didn't fail. Don't consider it a failure. It's a bare success. And I'm not sure if I should call them bare success rather than good, because success might, but I'll maybe ask people whether it should be called bare success or success. And honestly, once I've worked out a nice mathematical thing, there's enough randomness and enough chaos in the game that even if it was more accurate to make it 14, 17, 22, 26, going up by regular jumps just feels more nice and neat. So I am sticking with that. Yeah, I feel like I've done good work. I worked out the levels, the 4-letter word game definitely works, and the 4 letters in both directions game works, but I'm not sure it's enjoyable to play. It feels like there needs to be, I don't know, something different going on. Although even so, it was like so brain burning for me. And then at the end, once I'd worked it out, like it was like this. I think the thing about it was that all my decisions were kind of, it wasn't like I was making decisions and I had flexibility. Because I didn't have the flexibility and because I was locking myself into things, I had to make all the decisions up front and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I had to just wait for the correct card. It wasn't like I had enough margin for error to be flexible. And that's an interesting thing, that you need enough margin of error in a game to allow yourself flexibility and adaptation, because without that, then it just gets annoying. So yeah, if you want to check me out, I am Stuff by Bez on Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Check me out on my streams. Share, spread the word. Thank you very much, everyone. And for now, lots of love and bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Lots of love. Have a wonderful day. And bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.